hand, one leg here. These are both just free and easy. Not doing anything. Just staying contracted. I'm extended here. I'm potential knee bar and stuff, so I want to stay contracted. You just have his knee down. I feel that leg press to get him off me here. Okay, now let's settle down. We're going nice and slow with each other. Okay, I drop the knee down to the far foot, replace with a stomp on the near hip, and then I push and bring my hips up in the air. Like so. Pass off the foot I was controlling with my other hand, find the near foot.
All right, so what we got here, I'm working with Josh. We're working on reverse de la Hiva and de la Hiva, reverse X, and we're particularly working on the tripod. And it's pretty interesting. Me and Josh, I asked Josh, I was just like, man, do you ever play this game? He's like, never. I never play this game, bro. And so we're just going back and forth, kind of laughing and stuff. If you don't know, Josh is actually a doctor, and he is also a purple belt. So he is a lot more advanced than I am. My camera gets really blurred out. Yeah, and one thing that I always forget to do is like really bring that knee in more. Because I always get like, what's that called? Knee barred all the time. I'm just trying to figure out the sit up. And I sit up, right? Okay, so you can tell I'm not, this game isn't really my thing. Josh gets into de la Hiva and then reverse de la Hiva, or actually reverse de la Hiva, and then he pushes. But one thing that I noticed too, it would make it better if he trapped my ankle on the bottom. So my turn. But I'm not gonna tell a purple belt what to do. He's probably better than me, man. So I'm just like, like he has to be close. So one thing I have to do is really get that bite in. I think I would like to get lower on that heel on when I'm going ankle, right?
So I have heel control, shoelace control on one side. I'm going to practice swinging, do my daily Hivas. Ready, go!
So right now we are transitioning back between our de la Hiva and reverse de la Hiva over and over again. And yeah, man, it's part of about getting better at this game. Me and Josh, we're saying that we aren't super strong at it, but I think this is definitely a more important game as leg locks get more and more predominant, right? And there's so many cool entries. Especially for me, being a bigger guy, I am not much of a de la Hiva player, but I'm getting more competent in it. So really trying to elevate my my open guard game and stuff. So pretty cool. I think in this too, you can tell Josh is getting kind of tired at this point, and we're like, oh my god, our abs hurt so much, you know. And I think this is a great way to like definitely develop abdominal core and stuff. And he's like, oh, fuck me, but the burn is real, and this is how you get better. And you know, like it's really fun. Like, I don't know, I think sometimes people just take for granted the power of drilling over and over and over again, man. Like, that's how you get better. And I look at everything that I do now, and I particularly don't do enough drilling. So we finally end the round, and it's my turn. So this isn't the sexy part, but it's my turn. Bam, going strong, and I keep on flaring that. I don't know why. On that side, I always flare out my knee so high, and that's how I can get knee barred, and I'm just like struggling. I would like to get a little lower on the ankle too. Lower on the ankle. And so I don't know. Like, it's kind of funny. Like I'm not sure if you guys ever go through this, but when you are like in this situation, you don't notice all the small intricacies that you're missing, right? So on that side, I do on my reverse de la Hiva, I do really good job of grabbing the ankles, and now the abs start coming in. I'm just like, fuck, this sucks, right? And you can tell, like, I'm not sure if you ever guys go through this, but you can tell my technique is getting sloppier, and I'm just like dying. And it's just like, oh, this fucking sucks. But you know, this is how champions are made, and this is how you become really, really good at things. Like, if you can't hit it during a drill, then what makes you think that you'll hit it at in live rolls? And you can tell I'm dead. Hell yeah.
Also, because it's Christmas Eve, we have donuts and coffee for you. Just keep building your skills, all right? Love that.
So right now I am rolling with Joseph. He is a blue belt. He's been showing me a lot of cool technique things, but we're just doing a live roll today. So literally we're starting out, he's butt scooting toward me. I get back on my knees. We end up in, at that moment I'm trying to trap his ankle to his wrist so I can pass him, but it doesn't work. And me and Joseph, we roll quite a bit. I'm trying to not like, especially on smaller guys, I try to shoot for a flying Kimura, but that didn't work. So I'm on the ground. I'm trying to work some of the De La Hiva stuff that we just did, but he's already crushed me. So I go into Z guard. So Z guard, and I'm using my knee as a frame. I shoot for another Kimura from Z guard, but yeah, we end up in butterfly, and this is where I pop my arm. So bam! Ah, fuck! I shoot for an imanari. I'm just like, oh shit. So let's go in slow-mo. Basically see that free knee open, and I'm just like, bam. And I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a muscle spasm, or something. But I don't know. Like, you can see me like, what the fuck happened to my arm? I'm like, shit. Oh, damn. I'm just like, this sucks. So even to this day, like today is January 7th, and this was shot on Christmas Eve. My arm still hurts. It's been 2 weeks. I'm just like, what the fuck happened? So yeah, man. Sometimes injuries in jiu-jitsu happen. It is a combat sport. So yeah, just be aware of that. So at this point, me and Joseph, we decided to drill more, and just because I can't use my left arm because it's kind of fucked up, but what we try to do is just work some stuff. So I don't even know what we're doing. We're working some like reverse De La Hiva stuff, and then you roll under for like almost like a crab ride, right? And ride through. I'm just like trying to understand the goals, reap over, and get into a roll into a 411, which is really cool. So I was like, this is a really cool entry. I've never seen this before, so I'm just like, man, this is cool. Like, you can see me smiling. I'm just like, but my arm is still kind of busted, you know what I mean? So it's fine. So I try the same thing. I'm definitely not as good as Joseph when it comes to open guard type of stuff. I'm definitely like a more side control type of person. I like to create dilemmas from side control, but this open guard stuff is really new to me. He's like helping me like really increase the bite. I don't really have a good De La Hiva bite because I don't really use De La Hiva that often. He's telling me to reinforce the arm. And then Patrick over here, of course, he wants to take a freaking picture, a candid picture and stuff. And yeah, we're laughing. So he stands up. And this is like literally I'm learning real time, and I'm learning how, okay, so I'm spiraling under, create a frame with that knee, bring that in for crab ride, right? And I forget what I'm asking him. I don't remember what I'm asking him, but we do this drill a lot. We do spirals and all that sort of stuff. So I'm quite familiar with spirals and stuff. So I don't even know what's happening at this point. I got to switch my legs so I can reap over and get the saddle position. And it's so easy. Like, now that I'm seeing this, I'm just like, okay, I think I got it. And yeah. So that was really cool. You can see those two guys in the left. The other guys try and got a Marcelo team, right? So yeah, we keep on drilling this back and forth and forth. Yeah, so me and Joseph, we're still doing reverse De La Hiva stuff, and I'm getting better. And I'm just gonna use this time to just talk about injuries in jiu-jitsu, man, because I think it's so important. Um, I think everybody gets some sort of injury in jiu-jitsu, man, and it's completely natural. You can't avoid it. And luckily in my jiu-jitsu career, I haven't been injured that much. Like there was one time I busted up my knee, or not knee, but like hip or something. Oh, actually, was it a knee? Yeah, I was actually trying to do lotus and I pushed too far, and I fucked it up and I popped my knee. So things definitely do happen, but make times like these just to drill different techniques that you don't always get to drill in class, because like in order to get really good, you need to just keep on drilling and practicing, right? And it's not the sexy answer, but you wonder why. Like I remember I was talking to Patrick the next day. I was like, man, I fucked up my arm doing an imanari. I don't know if it was like I comored myself basically or what happened, but yeah. And he was just saying, well, yeah, like especially if you're doing like things like imanari, you just gotta practice a lot. And that part, that end that you just saw, that's something I always practice that all the freaking time. You know what I mean? Like that Texas clover leaf into the, so practice that all the time. But yeah, luckily for my jiu-jitsu career, I've never really been that injured, and I'm not the type of person that really competes or anything like that. I just love learning jiu-jitsu because it's so fun and so technical, right? And you learn so much. So it really is like a superhero power, honestly. So yeah, we're just talking more and more. So you get to see Joseph do this a lot better than I do, right? So he's reverse de la Hiva, and then he reinforces his de la Hiva, reverse de la Hiva with his other leg, spirals under, so you punch under, right? And then you go for a crab ride. And this is something cool I learned. Like I didn't know that you could use two legs on one to buckle the person down. He puts me forward. He's controlling my ankles. Instead of doing a crab ride, what he does is reaps that knee over so he can go in Texas cloverleaf, and it goes out a shot. But basically, I was like, oh, that's really, really cool entries. And I think the more I get involved with this leg locking stuff, because I'm not a leg locker by nature, right? I feel like it's definitely more of not a small guy game, but like a lot of small guys get really good because big guys like me, like we just not ground and pound, but smash and pass a lot of time. And so it's good to just it's like a lot of smaller guys are really good at this because they have to deal with bigger guys like myself. So I always try to take the time to just learn from the smaller guys. And after watching this, I realized that that how off my body position is, man. I don't have good control of the ankle. I don't buck forward enough. I don't flare my knees out. I'm perfect. The crab ride I've been in a lot. I've learned it a lot, right? And so that part, reaping over, bam, I'm starting to get over that. And it's just like anything. It's like muscle memory, learning how to walk or run and stuff. It just keeps on taking reps to do it over and over. But yeah, I think that's one thing I'm so glad at. I'm really glad at that I train at 10th Planet, and I get to meet so many cool people like Joseph and Patrick and learn from one of the best gyms in the world. I'm sure it's not Danaher, but bro, 10th Planet, baby, flat earth, hell yeah. I love it. Like Eddie Bravo is the number one reason why I got started in jiu-jitsu. Anyways, guys, if you like this sort of content, let me know. I love shooting it. So I'll talk to you guys later.